Oh, hey, how's it going, man? YouTube's telling me I'm not live. That's interesting. Can you hear me? Hey, Blake, how's it going? Yeah, yeah, I quit a while back, and then stress got best of me, and I went and bought a pack. Can you give me like an audio check? Make sure you guys can hear me. Hmm, maybe it's not working. Oh, audio is working. Okay. That's so weird. YouTube Studio on YouTube is not even showing me that I'm live. Usually it would show me that I'm live on the web browser to verify that I am live. That's interesting. I'm not doing anything today, man. Decided to take a break. Even being a business owner, you need a break every once in a while. Oh, that's awesome, man. Figured I'd jump on and give a little try. I haven't done this in a while. I think the last time I did this, Matt from Just Wrench It was on live. That's been a while. I think it's been like, I don't know, 8, 9 months, a year. I'm not like everybody else. I don't go live like every week. So what you been up to, Blake? Get any new fun toys, Jason? Shit, I don't even get on Discord very often anymore either. Would you screw up? Hey, how's it going, lawn care juggernaut? How you doing, Kevin? Did not expect you to pop in. I figured you'd be doing some insane lawn right now. I've been digging the videos with you and your dad, bro. Your dad's pretty funny, man. Oh yeah, I spent the last couple hours editing. I got another like 4 or 5 videos to edit. I don't want to do it right now. Oh, are you? What's up, Durf? How's it going, man? While your wife shops. Oh, that sucks, Jason. Sometimes it's hard finding replacement glass and stuff for those tanks too. My suggestion on the M12 cutoff tool is I'd buy the conversion kit and convert it to like a 18-inch belt sander, finger sander, or a 13-inch finger sander from Harbor Freight, and I'd sell it, dude, like that. You make more money off of it. Oh, we all get something from our parents, man. I'm kind of like your dad when it comes to like the jokes and everything. It just never plays right when I do videos and I joke. How's it going, Richard? Think I haven't gotten used to the camera yet. Oh yeah, I have a lot of camera gear. I got a bag sitting behind me, which is a drone bag full of camera gear. A couple backpacks on the this side of me, they're full of camera gear. I don't, Richard, I don't use the cutoff tool as a cutoff tool. I converted mine to finger sanders. Yeah, I know a buddy on Instagram that literally buys up the 3-inch cutoff tools, and all he does is he'll get orders in, and all he does is just convert them and send them out. I mean, if you physically put in like $79 at Harbor Freight for the Baxter finger sander, the 18-inch finger sander, that's 79 bucks plus the 149 they're selling the tool, the cutoff tool. You know, if you ask for like 215, people buy it all day long. If you throw in a couple extra belts, then it's actually worth a little more. That's what I would do. I've been using the crap out of it since it's been a finger sander. The M12 isn't very good for um, the cutoff portion. It bogs too much and it physically cuts out too much. Kevin probably seeing these GoPros over here. Yeah, I use mine like vlogging setups with the quick connect shoe. Yeah, my wife usually doesn't tell me to cut out the jokes, but I try to keep it PG for everybody, and a lot of my jokes are not PG. It's kind of hard to make jokes. Your dad's kind of natural at it. You have a, I have a, here's my other GoPro. I just changed the color of the case. Just don't have a little light on the corner. And then I got this DJI Osmo action camera right here, kind of same vlogger setup, cage. The mic adapter on the side. Yeah, these two heroes right here are Hero 6 blacks. I don't necessarily like the 8 black. I was gonna jump to the Hero 9 because they brought back the removable lens, where if the front lens cover gets broken, you can replace it. That's the one thing I didn't like about the 8. But I also do a lot of filming up close. Where you, Kevin, you do a lot of filming from far away, so the wireless systems are probably better for that. Like I keep forgetting to do that video. They did a video about, I don't know, a year and a half or so ago with a bunch of different mics and what the viewers thought of the audio quality between each mic. I got a wireless system right here. I was sent, it was like 300 something dollars, and I still need to do a test on this and see how the audio handles, against other mics, and I just haven't done it yet. Yeah, the 8's got a lot of kind of hokey crap. I got accessory cases everywhere. I got a drone sitting right here. This big box right here is a drone. All right, Jason, you take it easy, man. Go make your money, bro. Yeah, I noticed they did a lot of improvements to the Hero 9. And I also use the vlogger cases because they protect the camera. I do a lot of like automotive and tool videos. I'm always dropping tools on this, or I'm dropping the camera, or uh, grease is all over my hands. I'd rather the grease end up on the case than on the camera. The 9's battery size is actually bigger than the 8. I don't know if you knew that. Oh, that might be what you're referring to, though. Because the 8, the 7, and the 6, and the 5 all take the same battery. Yeah. You might be referring to that the 9 has the longer batteries. So you can't use like the Hero 9 Black's batteries in like an 8 or 7, 6, or a 5. But I got a lot of batteries. I got 1, 2, plus about 7 in that bag, plus each of these two cameras have one in them. So I have like 12 or 13 batteries. The problem with the GoPro batteries for like the Hero 6, 5, um, 7, and 8, I've noticed that certain batteries actually cause certain malfunctions. Like I know if I use certain GoPro batteries in my blue cased GoPro, it'll actually stop the Wi-Fi from working. Where other batteries allow the Wi-Fi to work. I've noticed certain batteries interfere with the mic. It's something to do with the chip inside those batteries. Sometimes the chips go haywire and it disables certain features, which is kind of annoying. I don't know if you've had the same problem, Kevin, but I do know there's a couple channels on YouTube that talk about it. Um, Air Photography is one of those channels. He's mentioned the issues with the batteries before causing interference with certain features. And I'm sure you're right. When the Hero 10 or 11 comes out, you know, it'd probably be just better to wait for them. But sometimes waiting is not always the best for certain things, I've noticed. Like the Hero 9 might have a bunch of features that the 10 and 11 will never receive again, because you know how companies work. They take a really amazing feature away from something that they didn't need to take away to add a stupid redundant feature that didn't matter. I'm sure you know what I mean. Oh, you have a ton of batteries, huh? Yeah, I don't buy batteries that much. Most of my batteries are like 4 or 5 years old, and I don't like buying batteries. I mean, I don't want to be so heavily into the GoPros that I could have bought like a Nikon DSLR or something. Oh, is that right? I might need to pick a couple 8 batteries up then. Oh, I don't normally buy tablets, Richard. The only tablets that I own are my automotive scan tools. When you spend $5,000, $6,000 on a scan tool, you get what you pay for. I usually just watch YouTube on my phone. I don't need a 10-inch or 12-inch screen for that. I'll have to check out some of the new 8 batteries then and give those a try. Maybe they'll last longer. Maybe they fix the chips. I'm quite tired of the interference. You know, I got to take one battery out because that battery happens to last a long time on, like 1 or 2 hours worth of recording, but it won't allow the Wi-Fi uploading to work. So then I have to take it out, put a new battery in, and these cases are not easy to take apart. I have to literally unthread the mic at the top, slide it off. I have to twist this mic mount to be able to slide this cover off, and then I gotta um, unthread this thread screw, and this screw unplug the mic adapter just to get it out. It's not easy to get them out. It's kind of annoying every time I gotta take it apart. Oh, welcome back, Blake. I do, I do have info for you though, Kevin. I'm not sure what size memory card you're using. GoPro for the 5, 6, 7, and 8 heroes, they say you cannot use anything bigger than 150 gig memory card. No, 126 gig memory card. In all reality, you can actually use a 256 gig memory card. I got 256 gig memory cards in all of my GoPros, and even though the GoPro states you can even talk to their staff, and you can even go to GoPro and look up the specs for the 8, 7, and 6 in particular. Um, if you actually look at the specs, they say no bigger than 128 gig card. You can put up to a 500 gig card. I have a 500 gig in this one, and I have a 256 gig Samsung memory card in this one. And they're The Amazon cards, the Samsung Evo green cards, they work great in these GoPros. And this is a Hero 6. The Hero 9's supposed to do a 1 TB card. That was one of the reasons why I was looking at the 9, is you can do 1 TB. So just because I know you do like really lengthy videos, Kevin, that might be helpful if you can go to Amazon and pick up a 256 gig card or even a 500 gig card for um, somewhere around like 50 to 80 bucks. They're not really expensive anymore. It doesn't mess with anything, no. It doesn't mess up the functionality of the camera. It doesn't mess up the recording. The camera will actually tell you that it reads at the higher memory range. Like, and if it works for these old Hero 6s, it will work for your 8. Um, I have I have about 30 videos recorded on this one, but this one actually says I have 8 hours. I don't know if it's going to show up very well. Probably not going to show up very well on this camera. See if I can actually open it. No, it's not going to show up. It's too blurred. 8 hours and 47 minutes is what I have to record on this camera, and I've got, let me see, um, 36 videos, all ranging between 11 and 45 minutes apiece on here. The terabyte SD cards are not cheap. They're like 180 bucks. I have one in my phone. I have a 4 terabyte with just YouTube videos on it, one of these little ones right here. This has only got like 500 gigs left. It's almost full. Yeah. It goes by quick, dude. That might be something you would want to look into. You can get the Evo cards for pretty cheap. And they're official Samsung cards. I've been doing good, Blake. How are you doing, man? Let me show you real quick, Kevin. Evo. The cards I have look like this. They're this color. A 256 gig is 29 bucks. If it will, there it goes, 29 bucks and 99 cents. And then 512 gig is 70 bucks. I mean, they're not really that bad. They're pretty cheap for the price. And they work really well. I use these in all of my Samsung phones. They work pretty well. If you want something like a terabyte, you'd have to go to the Sandisk. The Sandisk is the only one that makes a official terabyte card at the moment. But they're really pricey, like $250, $300 for some of them. But yeah, that's a plus that I've noticed with the cameras, especially the Hero 6s. So, you know, and I know you film like 3 or 4 cameras at a time, and you're always running like, you know, 1, 2 hours or more just to make a video. So that will give you a lot more run time. The battery probably die before the card fills up, to be honest. Because a 512 gig card is like 90 hours or more worth of footage. And if you're not filming in 4K, you should get way more than that. The 512 gig will fill up pretty quick with 4K footage. It'd probably be like, I don't know, 10 hours or so, and then it'll be empty. I appreciate that, Blake. No problem, Kev. The whole point of me being on YouTube is I like helping people. Usually I'm shooting like a 1 hour automotive video or something like that, or I got like 5 or 6 videos that I have to splice together. Oh, I bet you are. I'm pretty sure you got a bunch of crazy lawns lined up. You got any videos coming up, Blake? I know you've been pushing some videos pretty hard too. Oh, are you? I do enjoy when your wife's in the videos though, dude. That last video that I saw where she's um, using the sprayer like it's a cannon. That was pretty funny. Did your brother move back? I haven't seen him on any videos. I remember you said I think he got married and he like moved to another state or something. My best advice for you, Blake, is record what you have around you. That's what I originally did. I originally started off just recording what I had. So like I did reviews on tools that I've had for like 15 plus years and then made some more videos on random other stuff, things I was doing around the house or projects that my wife wanted me to do, stuff like that. Oh, did he go back to Kansas? I remember he came back for a short period and I think he was helping you out. My wife's kind of the same way, Kevin. She doesn't like being on camera, but I kind of coaxed her into making her own videos. So she does like cooking and makeup videos, and she's been doing a lot of gardening videos lately. My wife is actually kind of like yours, man. I think they would probably get along. I think we're all kind of goofy in a sense, bro. To be honest with you, dude, you just buy the camera. The camera comes with a cage. It comes with a little plastic cage. I did videos on stuff like this, Blake, if you're interested. Just search on my channel GoPro. You'll come up with accessories and these cages, and these cages are like 20, 30 bucks. The reason I use these cases is I can actually thread filters and stuff on them. That's why I use these cases. You can take the filters off. This is just a UV filter, but you can thread like zoom lenses and macro lenses and all kinds of stuff on them, and then I just put the cover back on it to protect it. That's why I use these cases. You buy like, a used GoPro for like, that one I bought new for like 150 bucks, and this one I actually got when I bought the drone. and I already had the cage. So if you spend like, I don't know, 200 bucks, you can get a decent GoPro setup. These are these mics are GoPro Rode Video Micros. These mics right here. They're like 79 bucks by themselves. So if you spend like, I don't know, 300 bucks with a used camera, you can have a decent setup. Yeah, some people win, some people don't. Kev, just the way it is, bro. I got like 1,020 videos. Some people have like 5 videos and have like 8,000 subscribers. I guess it's based off of how quickly the content is picked up, or if you figured out the algorithm a lot better than others. Yeah, Kev's got a point, Blake. You can just use your phone. Just make sure when you use your phone, if you want the orientation to be landscape, the phone has to be in landscape when you hit record. If you accidentally flip the phone while it's recording in landscape, if it flips to portrait, it'll screw the video up. That's just some advice for you. Oh, really? When you got to 2300? Yeah, I've gotten about 110 subscribers since I became monetized in January. So, I've gotten 110 subscribers in the last, what, 4 months, 3 months? Yeah, 4 months. It's not bad. It's not super fast for me, but it's a lot faster than when I was stuck at like 500 for like a year. Yep. Yeah, you got to keep the phone. If you're recording with the phone, you have to keep it that direction all the time, or it screws up the video. Oh, sounds like the Air Force is going over. Yeah, my suggestion. Yeah, I use TubeBuddy. I don't pay for it though. I'm not. I don't feel that I have enough YouTube subscribers to even pay for it. Because my analytics state that only 2% of my subscriber base actually watch. 98% of my viewers are just random people searching on YouTube or Google. Yeah, I posted on Instagram earlier, that TubeBuddy, what was it? The accomplishment or whatever. Yeah, the 350,000 views. And then on April 6th and April 8th, I ended up getting 1,100 subscribers. So I lost some, and then I got another accomplishment for gaining them back. I ended up getting a free trial for TubeBuddy like a year or so ago, where I ended up with a bunch of perks. So like when I typed in my tags, when I was trying to put relevant tags in, um, it would give me like 1,000 suggestions of better tags to use. And at that time, it did make my videos more popular. Because I was doing the Father's Day DeWalt deals at Lowe's at that time, and those videos have like 8 or 10,000 views per video. Problem is I'm not willing to pay for it just to gain that back. And ever since I lost that trial. It was like a 6-month trial. Um, my tags haven't been helping me out, and the problem with YouTube to get the videos to be pushed by YouTube is your tags have to match your title. You have to have 3 pertinent pieces of information in your title that are kind of key to catch people's attention. Sometimes I don't hit it on the nail. I try to give like most of my information in the title, which is why most of my titles are pretty long. Because I don't want people to come to my video and be confused like it's a review and it's not. It's just me talking about a tool. Yeah. Yeah, you know, it is nice though when you have I've got probably like I don't know 70 subscribers that say they watch my channel, and people don't realize that YouTube's algorithm actually likes to see conversation like we're having. They don't really care about the likes or the dislikes. You know, if you click the like button, all it does is adds that person's video in a liked video list. So anybody can go to my channel and look at my liked videos and find, 1,000 other channels that I've watched that I may have liked one of those videos. That's all the like does. The dislike doesn't put it in a folder at all. And then um, the one main thing that YouTube wants to see, though, is conversation and interaction. And when you got people saying, hey, I watch your channel, but you never actually see them comment, well, they're not really helping your channel because they're not commenting and interacting. So YouTube doesn't classify them as actually being viewers. I can sit and binge watch, just put your entire channel on play. It doesn't mean I'm watching it. And YouTube will pick up on that. Like if you just set a channel to play all day long and you're not actually there, every once in a while the computer will, the YouTube will ask you, hey, do you want to see the next video? Because YouTube wants to know you're actually watching it. Because they don't want to pay somebody that's monetized for 800 hours of view time when in reality somebody just pushed play and they weren't actually viewing it. So in order for YouTube to validate that that person should get paid for those views, they want to see the comments and interaction and chatting. So it's a kind of a sticky road when you have a lot of friends, but they don't actually watch you. And I appreciate it, Blake. I'm not talking about you, Blake. I'm talking about some of the other small engine guys. And if any of them walk in right now, they'll know who I'm talking about because I've literally called them out on it before. I had like 50 people tell me to open a membership for YouTube, and I opened the membership and literally only one of them subscribed. I'm like, I spent like 5 hours setting up the memberships because they asked me to, and I literally got one person $5 a month to subscribe. It's annoying. Yeah, I've had that happen to me too. I used to post all of my videos to Facebook, and I'd get a lot of like people I went to school with that they would watch it on YouTube, but they would leave the comments on Facebook. I thought it was pretty hilarious because I'm like, "Dang, dude, that doesn't help me." And they're like, "Well, we commented, dude. You commented on the Facebook chat." I mean, that doesn't help the algorithm, bro. That's just you commenting on Facebook. If you want to help like the video, you got to comment on YouTube. And they're like, "Oh, but I don't want to create an account." I'm like, "Dude, you probably already have an account. It's called a Google email." I appreciate you joining, Blake. You didn't have to, man. I am pretty fortunate though. I've seen $200 from my channel since January. I actually make more than that off of affiliate links, but I haven't posted to Facebook in a while though, because I've had a lot of problems where Facebook wouldn't accept the share anymore for some reason in the last like 5 months. Because I'll forget to upload, or I'll upload my videos because I set them to schedule. So I have like between now and like August or September, I have a video that releases every day from now till like August like 10th or something. And I'll get busy, at work. And by the time I remember to share it to Facebook, I got like 80 videos to share. And Facebook doesn't like you sharing any more than like 15 a day because they think it's spam. Oh yeah, yeah, I'm loyal to your channel. I'm loyal to most channels. 99% of all of my tools are out of pocket. I've been sent a couple things here and there. Like I was sent this about, I don't know, 2 years ago from Desert West from Amazon. This is it's a little hub. Got USB port, 3.0 port. It's got a SD card slot and a micro slot. And then on this side, it's got an Ethernet plug and an HDMI plug. And then on this side, it's got three more USB ports. And then it's got a pass-through USB-C port. Um, I mainly use this just on my phone. Like, you can literally plug this into your USB-C port on your phone, and then I can literally just hardline an Ethernet cable into this, and now I have Ethernet on my phone. I've used this to transfer files from my phone memory card directly to a memory card I put in here because I don't want to take off like my case and you know my three-layer case and everything off my phone just to um, transfer some files. Or I don't want to spend, 20 minutes plugging my phone in, waiting for it to transfer and all that crap, where I can just transfer it directly to a memory card. I've been sent a couple things like that wireless mic system I showed in that box like 20 minutes ago or so. That 350 so dollar mic I got for free. Yeah, I don't normally use it for editing. I don't ever edit on my phone. I usually use the computer I'm sitting on, an Asus Rogue gamer laptop. I do a lot of I don't do a lot of automotive videos. Most of my automotive videos are of my own personal vehicles because a lot of my clients don't want their cars or um, their muscle cars or whatever they're driving. They don't want it recorded. And it's kind of hard to set up a camera on the side of a highway because a lot of my service calls are on the side of a highway. Where I'm trying to get a vehicle up and running, and it's not pertinent to, you got a guy that wants to get back on the road as soon as possible. It's not pertinent to set up a camera and record, because recording makes everything a lot longer when it comes to like physical labor. I'm sure Kevin could attest to that too. Recording does seem to make it a lot longer because now you got to stop cutting the weeds just to move the camera for a new angle, or you got to move two or three cameras, for three different angles, and it takes time. And most of my videos are on like tool deals and tools and stuff. Yeah, yeah, they did get really odd with the election crap. I know a couple channels have done election videos just messing around. Exactly. Yeah. And a lot of my rates are a lot higher because I'm in a more dangerous location. So usually my hourly rate is 70 to $100 an hour. So, when you're on the side of the highway and it even goes the same for big rigs, when they're trying to get to their destination and their truck breaks down. A lot of I had a lot of big rig calls during COVID where people were pushing their rigs too hard trying to get the toilet paper and the essentials to stores, and I ended up having to charge an extra fee on top of it because of the fact that they were in a rush, and you can't really rush fixing big rigs or vehicles in any manner. If you rush, you screw something up, and that could be dangerous for the driver or the other people on the road. And so I more or less turned my channel into a channel for like tools and stuff. Yeah, and starting out Durf could be hard, man. I watched Chad's live stream, yesterday's live stream. I watched his whole live stream earlier. That's why I sent you that message just to offer you some help to, make sure that if you needed any help, just let me know. It doesn't. I actually do, Kevin, have a couple videos where I was recording with one or two cameras at a time, and it actually makes it more difficult when you're under a vehicle or, um, if you don't have four or five cameras, it makes it a lot more difficult because, half of the work may be actually in the engine bay, and then you find other problems. You got to go explore those problems. Well, you don't necessarily know when you're rolling up on a job. You don't know where the problem is going to be. You just know what they told you on the phone. So, they can turn around and give you some very generic information on the phone. And when you get there, you got to be under the vehicle. You got to be, in the engine bay and a bunch of other locations and setting up. You can't physically set up the cameras to cover everything because you really don't know. Where when it comes to like, lawn care, you can find the best three or four spots and leave the cameras there and just go to town cutting. It's a little more simple. No, it's no problem, Durf. A lot of us are just like Chad. We like helping people, and that's the whole point of why we're on YouTube. I mean, Kevin, Lawn Care Juggernaut, he just likes providing entertaining content, and he also helps people out as well. I don't know if you saw, Kevin. I posted another channel for you about pressure washing. I remember you asked in some of your newer videos about pressure washing channels. Yeah, and if you're working on your truck or your equipment, yeah, it means you're not making money, and that's the main goal for most of these people. And it's not easy recording. It's easier for me to record when I'm fixing something at home on one of my trucks. And I still haven't gotten to the excursion. I'm doing a rebuild on that entire truck, and I just haven't gotten to it. It's been one of those projects sitting in the driveway, just not messing with it. I took half the motor apart and I never continued with it because I got really busy. Yeah, I shared on your newer, I think it was your last video in your last couple days. I shared Do It All Garage. He has a power washing company in Texas. And he's like really helpful on like if you ask him questions, he'll give you feedback. I remember you were asking about what other people use for their chemicals for their power washing, and that was why I sent you his channel. Because he went from having like a really tiny trailer just starting out to like about a year and a half in having this massive trailer with soft pumps and even heat pumps. It's got like huge like 15-gallon heat pumps on the back of the trailer that heat the water for him, and he's got a pretty cool setup. Figured he'd probably help you out if you needed like better info on good chemicals to use. See there, Kevin, now you have a new sub. Like he's got a really good channel. I like his crazy lawn cutting. That's pretty entertaining. I actually have a couple lawn videos with a really crazy lawn, but it's my own lawn. Here in Arizona, the my backyard has weeds grow here like savage. Like you'll get like a 5.5, 6 foot weed in like a week here. It's so insane. If you literally walk outside, you could probably just swear that you can see them growing. It gets pretty bad here. But mine are me showing it being cut down with the steel combi unit. What video exploded? My steel combi video, is that what you're talking about? And I do appreciate the you joining the members, Kevin. You didn't have to, man. Just having people to chat with, and I was expecting when I turned this on, I was going to be sitting here for like an hour before somebody came in, so I just appreciate the company. Yeah, it's April and it's April 10th and it's 106 degrees right now. And it's only like barely 1 o'clock in about, I don't know, 8 minutes. Yeah, but when it rains here, because it will be dry for 90% of the year, Kev, when it rains, weeds grow like they're on crack, man. Yeah, they'll grow. I had a couple videos where I recorded that the weeds in my backyard were literally like my height, 6'3", 6'4", and they were only like 2 or 3 weeks old. And they'll get 2, 3 inch around stock, and that's pretty hard on like string trimmers. Oh, did it? Oh, wow. I liked how your dad wrote your channel name in the shelter, dude. That was pretty cool. Oh yeah, Blake's got a pretty large channel. Not like large on subscribers, but he's got a lot of videos. I still need to do a video on that quick lock, the not the Milwaukee quick lock. Well, I need to do a video on that, but um I bought the new DeWalt 60-volt flex fold attachment trimmer. Still need to do a video on that. I'm just waiting. I'm actually purposely leaving my backyard so the weeds will grow, just so I can do some videos on those. I know the Milwaukee is not powerful enough to do massively crazy, like 3-inch thick, stocky weeds. I know my steel combi system will do it just fine. String trimmer attachment, it'll do it all day long. But you know, it's also spinning at way higher RPM. It's gas. Yeah, let me go grab it real quick because I have a wireless headset on. That was the original purpose of me picking these up because I posted an Instagram a sneak peek to these like a year and a half before DeWalt came out with it. Here's the DeWalt attachment system. I gotta do some videos on it. I think it's at like 5,800 RPMs for this guy. Hey, what's up? How's it going, David? What's going on, man? Here's the trimmer attachment. The only thing I don't like about the DeWalt is the Milwaukee Quick Lock. You can actually take the spindle off. You can actually pop the cover off and you can unthread it from the back here. You can actually put a wrench on it and unthread it. This one you can't take the spindle off, which sucks. So you can't go buy like the the Echo trimmer head and thread it onto this one. That's the only downside. But I could be wrong. I haven't really searched into it much. There's a possibility that you can probably lock this and take it off. It doesn't look like. Oh, maybe there is. Oh, yeah, it looks like you can take it off. I have the Milwaukee Quick Lock. I use that a lot for like edge trimming. I use just the string trimmer and I just edge like this. Works really well for like quick cleanup, stuff like that. Let me see. I'll grab a pin wrench. See if this comes off. I wasn't even paying attention when I was looking at it. I'll have to probably redo my video on it then. It looks like it does come off. Oh, look at that. All right. So you can. Well, that's now a plus. It's got standard keys. So you can actually put any head you want on it. That's nice. Okay. It's got a greasable bearing in here too. I do know on this side, you can actually unscrew these screws and you can grease this entire shaft in here. So it will grease the back of the bearing. That is a plus, where the Milwaukee doesn't do that. I do know that. So that's pretty awesome, and it's keywayed. Look at this. You guys seeing it live. It's a standard arbor. Standard string trimmer arbor. So you can probably put the brush cutter on this if you wanted to. If you didn't want to buy the brush cutter attachment. And this is a quick load like the Milwaukee. So you just gotta line the line up and twist, and you can see the string goes in. So that's pretty nice. Yeah, I have these little pins for my steel combi unit. Because you know when you buy expensive steel equipment, they give you the tools. Yep, it is a left-hand thread. Yep. I have the I have the brush cutter attachment for the steel. But yeah, you can technically put I can probably take the steel attachment off and put it on this one. That's kind of what I was thinking on doing on all of these, cuz when the weeds get big enough, I'm going to test this guy out, this DeWalt attachment, and I'm going to test out the Milwaukee and see what they both can do. I'll probably do like two separate videos, one only with, the DeWalt, one only with the Milwaukee, because I did one on the steel. Um, the one thing I like about this DeWalt one though is the Milwaukee only has like 4 attachments and an extension, like an extension for like the pole saw. This one you can get up to 10 attachments for it. So you can get the brush hog, you can get the the edger, the string trimmer attachment. You can get a blower attachment for this guy. The Ego battery operated unit and the steel are the only ones that actually do the blower attachment until the DeWalt came out. And technically, for the longest time, the steel combi system was the only one that did the blower attachment. You can get a cultivator attachment for this, where the Milwaukee doesn't have that. You can get um, the sidewalk powered brush, or the powered broom head. You can get it for the DeWalt, and you can get it for the steel combi system. Um, you can get the hedge trimmer for this, just like Milwaukee. You can get the articulating hedge trimmer. You can get the pole saw for this, just like the Milwaukee, just like the steel. But the attachments for the DeWalt are way cheaper than the Milwaukee. You spend like $400, you get all the attachments. It's like all 10 or 12 or something like that for the DeWalt. Where Milwaukee, for just the 4 attachments without the extensions, like 600 bucks. So the DeWalt's actually a better deal. And from what I've noticed, this handle is way nicer on the DeWalt. The Milwaukee is kind of short and cut, and it doesn't have the availability of holding it from the sides very well. So this one, you can actually hold it directly from the side, like that, which is nice. The other thing that I've noticed that I thought was neat that the Milwaukee doesn't do, this one, you can actually put the head on in different orientations. It's got holes on both sides and the top. It's got 3 orientation holes. So you can actually line this attachment up, where on the Milwaukee you can only put it in flat, like straight down. For this one, you can actually mount it to it sideways. So if you're going to use this for 2 hours just doing hedges, or not hedges, but if you're going to be using it like as an edger, you can literally mount this straight to the tool with the pin in the downward position instead of in the side position like this, which is neat. Yeah, sure, man. If you're gonna do a stream, bro, I could probably pop on. I usually keep these steel combi boots. I buy these from Still for like $1.70 a piece, and I buy them and I stick them on all my tools, just to keep the grease and everything in and the dust out. You're not looking. But this one does have pluses compared to the Milwaukee. I like that you can attach them in different orientations. So you can attach the tool in this hole, you can attach it on the top hole or the other side. So it's kind of nice. You can attach it for this one in particular. You can attach it this way, or this way. And you can technically attach it upside down, which I'm not really sure why you would attach the string trimmer upside down, but it does give you the option to do that. But that is pretty neat. Definitely a plus over the Milwaukee. It's actually a plus over the steel combi unit, because the steel you can't attach it like that. You just got to turn the motor sideways. Yeah, and that was one of the main reasons why I got kind of into the battery lines. I know Makita has been doing these for a long time. Makita's probably has had the attachment system probably longer than everybody. Um, but I like them for quick cleanup. You know, why put a half an ounce of gas in a gas machine when you only need to cut like 5 minutes? You won't even blow through the gas in 5 minutes, even with like an ounce. So to me, it's one of those things. If the yard doesn't need to be, because I even went as far as I took the Milwaukee and I cleaned like four neighbors' yards. Just they tried to pay me, and I told them no, I'm just testing out my new toy. I was just being nice, and I cut a bunch of other people's yards in their alleys and a couple, other locations, just because I was having fun. Um, the Milwaukee hasn't let me down. It's worked pretty well, but when it comes to quick cleanup, these are pretty nice, especially when it comes to like for you, Kevin, in the lawn care. I know Tool Boss, the Tool Boss channel. He's actually got a lawn care channel, and he uses a lot of battery operated equipment. He uses a lot of gas powered equipment too, but he also lives in Jersey. A lot of small yards there. But when you have a small yard to do, you can probably do 5 or 6 yards on one battery. Yeah, that's yeah, that's what I was thinking, because I don't normally use the edger attachments. There's something about metal blades and concrete, they just don't mix. And you spend half of your time trying not to destroy the concrete or destroy the blade, and you're focused so much on not destroying the blade or the concrete that you end up screwing up the line. And it's just easier to use the string trimmer as an edger for me. Dude, my personal opinion, man, would be record whatever makes you happy. That would be in my advice. If you actually look at my channel and like look into the content, I do tools, do cars, I do computers, but I also randomly throw in construction videos where I'm rebuilding a fence, or I'm repairing a gate, or I'm fixing a doorbell, or I'm rewiring a doorbell, or my most recent video, which you probably haven't seen yet because it's not supposed to air until like August or something. I actually built a light from scratch. It wasn't completely from scratch. I bought I bought a fluorescent light housing, and I had to wire it. I had to put an on-off toggle switch in it, and I even built by hand a shelf to hold it, a little stand, like a four-legged stand to hold it, for my wife to use it for her gardening. Hey Sparky, how's it going, man? So I do all kinds of videos. Whatever I'm doing that day is what I record. I normally put it on the channel. I'm not technically just a tool channel. I'm not technically just an automotive channel. I buy a lot of woodworking tools too. So there's a lot of woodworking videos coming to the channel. It's just whatever you find might be what you think would be entertaining. That would be my suggestion, Blake. Record whatever you feel you want to record. Yeah, Kevin's got one right there too. That seems to be very popular on YouTube is lawn care, especially overgrown lawns. I know a lot of my deal videos get a lot more views than my regular content videos. Last year I did a couple videos about Father's Day deals for DeWalt at Lowe's. Those have 10, 15,000 views, one or two of them. But I also get a lot of views on in particular tools. Like certain tools are more the hype than others. So like my angle grinder videos, or my angle die grinder videos, my right angle die grinders, they get a lot more views than my angle grinders. Um, I get a lot of views on my automotive videos. Me rewiring something or showing you how to fix and or diagnose a problem with an electrical issue. Um, those videos get a lot. I do have a video, a couple videos I did on how to trick a smart battery charger into charging your battery. That got a crap ton of views. You never know what's going to physically become popular. I did a I used to play video games all the time, and I did a video for Ubisoft. I contacted Ubisoft, said, hey, you have a problem with one of your new video games. And at the time the video game had just came out, I found the problem within the first like couple days. That video I recorded for Ubisoft. It wasn't for YouTube. I put it on YouTube. It's got like 90,000 views. It's got 90,000 views, and it literally has a comment from 28, 29 countries. There's people commenting on that video from all across the world. Yeah, I wish DU Recorder would allow landscape and it doesn't. I do those for like deal videos when I'm like, I find a quick video, or I found a quick deal and I want to get it out to people to see it. I'll do a quick video on DU Recorder and record my screen. But you also can't put end screens and stuff like that because it's like 480p by 720. It's really small. So, are you on your way to work, Sparky, or did you just get off work? It's gotta be pretty late for you, man. Isn't it like 9 or so p.m.? Yeah, Renegade. You can always just film whatever you're doing, man. Don't gotta always be about tools. Sometimes it's fun for me to record things other than tools. Because even I get burnt out on doing tool videos. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It is 9. So I was pretty dead on there. It is 9 p.m. So it's not too bad on late. Oh, the camera's picking it up in the video. I'll take it off the couch later. Yeah, the problem with tripods is most people don't listen to that advice. I've told I've told lots of people, including Toolboss. Like literally, I've told Toolboss, which he's got like 80,000 subscribers, use a dang tripod, and he still refuses to use tripods. It's 1 p.m. for me Saturday afternoon. But for Kevin, it's probably around 3 for him. More than likely, Blake, I probably will watch your channel a lot more frequently if it's lawn care or something. I'm not too big on like small engine stuff. It's also something I can't relate to. I have a couple quads and a UTV, but I don't necessarily use them for like videos and stuff like that. I haven't seen Dirk in a while. He's in Oklahoma, I know that. I haven't seen him in the chat in a little while. Why, I know what you mean, Blake. I just, you know what I mean. You got Polar Bear Ed and Twisted V Twin Garage and, the other 55 rainbow color variants. You know, Adam from Tampa Boys Customs and all those channels. They all do the same content. It kind of can get overwhelming, with 50 or 60 video or 60 channels that you'll watch that all they do is, small engines. I know I know Kevin's in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Is it Oklahoma? I'm pretty sure it's Tulsa, Oklahoma. Is it Kevin? Yeah, and fixing automotive, if you can fix a V8 or a V10 or a V12, I mean, it's the same concept as a little two cycle. Just less pistons. And Kevin can correct me. I'm pretty sure it's Tulsa. Oh, I can hear. I don't like wearing headsets because I can't hear and it makes me 10 times louder. There, I just put it on my hat. Oh, I can feel my ears. Yay. I like going to channels that actually have a conversation with you. Yeah, Tulsa. Okay. At least I remember it correctly. I usually I usually just when I do live streams, I usually just sit here and chat with you guys. I only did the live stream where people came up on the panel once, and that was like, I don't know, a year ago. I'd prefer to have you guys on the live with me, just chit chatting on a call, but not everybody likes to do that. I need to go turn the AC on. It's freaking hot in here. Yeah, it's off. No wonder it's hot in here. It's freaking 98 degrees in here. Sure, the cooler will be loud. So how you been, Sparky? I haven't seen you in a while. I think the last video I saw is you were sharpening an old knife, if I remember correctly. Sparky's got some pretty cool restoration videos. Yeah, yeah, David, I agree with you on that. It is kind of hard to do the. That's the one thing I didn't like about it. I'll join other people's streams with, 5 or 6 people on them, but when you have 4 people over talking you, you kind of feel like nobody's listening to you anyways. Oh yeah, you're passing through Sparky, uh-huh. That's why people can go back through my live streams and see that you've had like 4 or 5 hour conversations. Don't even go there, man. This is more personal when it's not 5 people on the stream or 6 or 8 people talking on the stream. It's kind of more personal. I can read your guys' comments, immediately talk to you guys. My problem with like live streams where people are got 5 or 6 or 8 people on the panel is they're too busy having a conversation with themselves on the live stream. They're not even talking to the people in the chat. I know you don't watch tool videos, Sparky. I know you do it because you don't want to spend money. And I ain't got no problem with it, bro. I don't mind me one bit that you don't watch them, bro. You have watched my wood videos, though. I see you leaking in the chat, just sitting there watching before you comment. And this is kind of a prime time for me to do a live stream anyways. My kids are at school. And I'm not working today because I just chose not to take any service calls. Yeah, but that was my main problem with a lot of live streams. Like, I'll go into a live stream, they'll ask me to jump on the panel with them, and I'll be sitting there for like 30 minutes not knowing what to say because I can't get a word in. There will be several coming out in the next couple months, Sparky. They're already scheduled. I finally got my table saw stand in, so now I can start using my table saw not on a freaking a poker table fucking table. That was so annoying. Trying to cut 4x8 sheets freaking 8 inches too high. It wasn't fun. And I'm pretty sure I'll get demonetized, because I cussed. Yeah, Blake, that's usually what happens on mine too. Is I got you five of you guys in here. I don't know what happened to Durf. I don't know if he left or he probably got busy or something. I know he's trying to make content for his channel that he just started. He's got 2 subscribers, and plus, if any of you guys subscribe to him, so. Yeah, I'm not talking about big live streams though, dude. I'm talking like the small engine freaking live streams. There's like Polar Bear Ed or Twisted V Twin Garage, or they usually only have like 20, 30 people max. But they're too busy talking to themselves and they don't ever talk to the viewers. And when they do talk to the viewers, it's kind of like sparse. Like for an example, if I'm in the chat and I spend 40 minutes trying to chat with them, they won't see the 40 minutes worth of chat, but they'll be alerted that I left. Because I'll say, have a good day. Nobody wants to be ignored, especially when they're on a live stream. You can only take so much when you're sitting there trying to talk to somebody, and when they don't respond to you, you just finally get over it and leave. And I'm sure what I'm saying will piss some people off, and I really don't care. All right, Kevin, you take it easy, man. Pretty sure I'm a little late on that response, but and Kevin's got 2 different channels. He's got one that he does raw audio from the lawn equipment on, and his lawn care juggernaut, he does like um, sermons and stuff over the videos, or he'll give you advice on things. So Kevin's got good channels. His secondary channel is called the Boring Channel. It's basically just lawn equipment, sound, and sometimes he throws other things in it, but his lawn care juggernaut videos are relaxing to me because he'll talk about he'll talk about business advice, and some of his videos he'll have music in them, or he'll have like sermons and stuff like that. It's kind of relaxing. Yeah, Sparky, I agree with you. It's not easy to keep up when there's a crap ton going on. Oh, an updated toolbox tour on mine. I'm not really a fan of the toolbox tours. My toolbox changes like twice a month. And I would totally take you over to the toolbox, but I'm on the laptop. They're interesting, but my opinion on toolbox tours is they're overrated. I mean, the last couple toolbox tours I did, I got a lot of flack because it was a Harbor Freight toolbox. My opinion on toolboxes is it really doesn't matter the box. What matters is what it's holding. I'd rather spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on the tools and buy a cheap toolbox. That's just me. And there's nothing wrong with having a maximizer or a snap-on box, but the thing I have with them is that you can get the same use out of a Harbor Freight box, like a U.S. General. I mean, I go into my U.S. General boxes 50, 100 times a day, and I've never had any issues with them. Yeah, you see probably in every single one of my videos my box. It's in my kitchen. I don't normally show the tools, but I got everything from Snap-on, Cornwell, Mac, Matco, Gear Wrench, Power Torque from O'Reilly's, Duralast from AutoZone. I got a lot of OTC specialty tools. I have a lot of Astro pneumatic tools. I have a lot of Astro pneumatic specialty tools as well. I've got quite a bit of Harbor Freight tools. I got the cordless earthquake. I got the air earthquake. Yeah, I don't normally do hacks or mods. I just use it how I bought it. I'm looking for another box, but I was looking at some Husky boxes, and I just need another box that's for like woodworking tools only. That way I can get all my speed squares and all my woodworking tools out of my mechanic box. And nothing wrong with working at a 10 by 20 shed. I got a 20 by 20 barn and a 10 by 20 barn. I got quite a bit of small little shop areas. That's where most of my extra tools go. A lot of my specialty tool kits are out in my barns. Exactly. Like David said, all kinds of different brands, whatever works for you. Yeah, I've heard the Master Force stuff is pretty nice, but I don't live near a Menards. Oh man, my Nards! My Nards! Oh, I love making that joke. Every time you see the sign, you just want to say it. In that ridiculous, like, 90s accent. Me Nards, man, my me Nards! You hit me in me Nards! Exactly, we all need more space. It's cheaper to spend, 6 grand on three 72-inch box setups than it is, you know, 40 grand on one 82. I'd rather buy 4 or 5 US General, upper and lower 72-inch boxes and know I have all the space I need than buy one $90,000 Epic. Which I know they're cheaper now. The Epics are like 70, 60, 70 grand now, but yeah, I agree with you. The US General boxes are not very deep. They're a 22-inch box, but in reality it's only 19 inch of usable space. But for the price that you can get 10 of them for, are you really losing much compared to a Snap-on Epic? Not really. Because one Snap-on Epic is $60,000 to $80,000 without lockers and all the fancy extras, where you can get 10 upper and lower boxes for 10 grand. So you can get 10 lowers and 10 freaking chest or uppers in the 72 inch for around 10 grand or so, and you got 100% more space than one box. Yeah, they're not bad boxes. They hold weight well. If you grease the slides every once in a while, like once a month, they work fine. I've got probably about 1,000 pounds in my socket drawer alone, and I haven't had any problems with it. It's all just based off of taste. It's all based off of what you want. Like CP the Tool Addict, he talks about, Chad, he talks about Snap-on and Mac and, maximizers and stuff all the time. It's what he uses, it's what he's got. But I'd rather spend, 100 grand on tools than 100 grand on a toolbox. I mean, all the box does is hold the tools. It doesn't do anything else. And if you're in a shop, if somebody's going to come into the shop and randomly steal tools, they're going to pass right up the US General. Oh, they probably got cheap tools in that cheap toolbox. We're not going to go for that. We're going to go for the Snap-on box. So if you want to trick somebody, put really expensive tools in a really cheap toolbox. They'll always go for the Snap-on or the Mac or the Cornwell if they're going to steal from it. Especially if it's some dude just robbing an automotive shop. My setup in the kitchen is a 72-inch bottom with a 56-inch top because I use that little side section where the drawers are missing to hold my battery chargers and flashlights and stuff like that. I've shown it in a couple of videos where my 56-inch topper is on my 72. And that little extra space, I have my paper towel rack, and I have my little tray rack, my magnetic tray rack that holds like my brake grease, you know, brake parts anti-squeal, and my aluminum anti-seize. And then I got a couple like inspection flashlights and a couple of the Braun flashlights, and then I have a lot of my Milwaukee lights sitting on the side of the box. Yeah, the 72-inch top is way too high in price. I agree. Because you can get the 72 bottom and the 56-inch top for around 1,300, 1,400. Depending on if they're doing a sale on the 56-inch top. But if you do that math as an example, say with tax it's 1,500 for both. So 1,500 times 10. 10 of those setups is 15 grand. So my math earlier was wrong. It's not 10 grand. But if you do 1,500 times 7 boxes, it's $10,500. So you can have 72-inch bottoms, boxes, and 7 56-inch toppers for $10,500. That's like 1/6 the price of an Epic, a Snap-on Epic. And that's just the lower and the top of an Epic. Yeah, the 44s aren't bad, but for the price difference, that's the one problem I've been having with looking at new toolboxes. I know the Harbor Freight US Generals work well for my tools at home, but for the price of a 44-inch top and bottom, you spend an extra 300-400 bucks and you have a 72-inch bottom and a 56-inch top. So that's where it kind of messes me up. I'm like, oh, should I just spend the extra 400 bucks and just get the same setup? And then I look at, oh, take it easy, Sparky. And then I look at, like a Husky, and, some of the Huskies, the 56-inch Huskies you can get with, like, the top and the bottom for, like, 800 bucks. I'm like, oh, but for $700 more, I can get a 72 with a 56. And it just, looking at different variants of cheaper boxes, you know, when you have a 56 and a 72 and you've had it for a while and it hasn't given you any problems, it kind of screws you over because you're thinking about it and you're realizing, well, but I can get like 7 times more space if I just spend an extra $100, per. So if you're thinking about it 7 times more space, it's $100 per that space. And then, you end up getting confused, or you don't end up buying anything. And yeah, and the Huskies do feel a lot cheaper made. That is another factor. You know, I technically have a space in my garage that the wall is only like 58 inches wide, and it would fit one of those boxes really well. But I'm also thinking about it. I don't know if I want to just put it in that corner. Maybe I just put it on a different wall and take up more space with more room. Yeah, and that's another factor. Looking at reviews and other people's opinions, and I like I like physically reading reviews and making my mind up based off of other people's opinions before I buy something like that. And I always leads me back to maybe I should just buy another 72-inch US General and a 56-inch topper and be good with it. Because all I really want to do is move all of my carpentry tools and all of my woodworking tools to a separate box so I have more space for my impacts and stuff like that. Because my power tool drawer in my US General bottom box, it's full to the brim. I can't add anything else. And I have my M18 and my M12 tools in there. I would prefer to put my M12 tools in a drawer and put all of my M18 tools in the bottom power tool drawer. And yeah, the 44 inches boxes are really short. And they're not technically 44 inches, and that's the problem with US General. The 72-inch box doesn't even measure at 72. It measures at like 70 and like a quarter or something like that. It's not truly a 72. the problem with cabinets, bro, is I don't have a lot of wall space, and my house is 50 plus years old. So the walls, the studs aren't standard in my house. They're not, 16 on center studs. They're the old school. I think they were 6.5 or 8 on center, if I remember correctly. Back in the 60s and 70s. Because I have one wall taking up my shop press, my um, miter saw, and my table saw is on one wall. The other wall has a couch on it because technically it was a garage that was converted into a living room. Um, so it no longer has the garage door. It's got a solid wall with a window. Uh, so I'm kind of limited on floor space and wall space. And what wall space I do have, um, I've already put racks and shelves up. The problem with cabinet storage, that the ones that sit on the ground, you're looking at $400, $500, $600 for ones that will hold weight, which is insane. Like if you go to Lowe's and you look at the Husky, or not the Husky, but if you go to Lowe's and you look at the Cobalt, the really fancy, huge cabinets, those cabinets are like $800, $900, dude. And yeah, they're like somewhere in the range of like I think like 6.5 feet wide, and they're like 6 or 7 feet tall. And they come with decent sized shelves, 4 shelves or so. But in order to get a freestanding cabinet that will hold, say, 1,000 pounds or more, they're pricey. I mean, they're upwards in the price of just buying a toolbox. That's one of the other problems with cabinets, especially for when you're looking at $700, $800, $900 for a freaking cabinet. You can buy a freaking U.S. General 72-inch box for like $100 more. And yeah, the cabinet it'll hold more items because it's bigger than the toolbox, but the toolbox will hold more weight. So you're kind of like, damned if you do and damned if you don't, because the cabinet has more storage space, but it doesn't hold as much weight than a toolbox. But the toolbox has less storage space, but doesn't hold as much. So it's kind of one of those catch-22s. And I was looking at getting one of those cabinets before, but I was looking at getting those cabinets to put in my barn, where I can stack like automotive stuff, like oils and stuff like that. And I ended up spending like $300 on those metal racks, those metal freestanding shelving racks at like Walmart. And those things hold like 1,000 pounds. And I just stacked oil and different oils and solvents and stuff on that. And I'm like, I'm not spending $1,000 on a cabinet when I can spend, $500, get 6 of those 1,000-pound holding shelves and be good. So that's the other downside to some cabinets. And you can't put like 400 or 800 pounds on each shelf. They're just 14 gauge tin style steel shelves. And if you're gonna spend like $1,000, you might as well go get those pallet racking systems that like Home Depot uses. When you walk into Home Depot, those huge, massive pallet shelves that hold all the tools and all that stuff, you can buy those from Home Depot. They're made by Husky. They're painted red. Instead of being orange, like the ones that are at Home Depot that hold all their stuff, they're red. And they hold 10, 15,000 pounds. But if you're going to go that route, You're talking about a shelf that's, you know, 8.5 feet tall. The shelves alone are 100 pounds a piece. You know, that's not something that you can easily move around. And something that big I can't put in my garage. I mean, my garage's ceiling is 11 feet, but I can't put a 9-foot shelf. It won't. You can't expect to put anything large on the top shelf. And most of those shelves, those pallet racking shelves, are meant for like forklifts to put stuff on them. You don't want to have to climb up a 9-foot shelf just to grab something off the top, or go get a ladder just to grab something off the top. They're nice, because there are certain times during the year, like right now, you can go get those 10,000-pound pallet racking shelves from Home Depot made by Husky. You can get them for like 170 bucks. They're not expensive sometimes. Like during Christmas time, they were up there at like $700-800, because Christmas time is when everybody, at the end of Christmas, that's when everybody puts all their stuff back in storage. So they expect that they'll make a lot of money off a pallet rack shelf, because people are going to be buying them because they're buying more Christmas items and more things need to be stored. When you get them in the off season, like right now, they're 170 bucks. You can get a 10,000-pound shelf that will hold 10,000 pounds, no problem. But they're extremely large. They take up a lot of space, because most of them are like 8 feet wide by 9 feet tall, and they have 4 large, massive shelves. I don't know if Blake left. I haven't heard him talk in a little while. And how you been, David? From the last time we talked. Hopefully the cooler isn't too loud. I'm not sure if you guys can hear it. Oh, okay, you're still here, Blake. That's good. Wasn't sure if you left or not. Alright, David, no problem, man. You be safe, man. I'm not doing too bad. I'm holding in there. Another day, man. I'll probably be shutting the live stream off soon. Unless people randomly start showing up. But Blake, you don't have to buy a camera, man. You can just use your phone. I bought cameras because I do a lot of videos. I'm sure that if I don't buy a Hero 9 or something, I'll probably buy a DSLR, because I have a camera shop that rebuilds cameras, and they rent cameras, and they sell used camera equipment. And Tempe camera, they're about 80 miles one way from me, but I can get like a $10,000 DSLR camera for about 400 or 500 bucks, because it's been used for like a couple hundred hours. So. Just use whatever suits you, man. That would be my suggestion. And suggestion on content is, you know, if you want to make lawn care videos, make lawn care videos. If you want to do cars or automotive or restoration, doing a being like me or being like, some of the car channels, it ain't gonna hurt you to be like us, whatever content you want to make it. You don't have to be like me and everybody else, but you can be just like all of us and make similar content like all of us. It's all really up to what you want to make. You have to enjoy what you're recording. If you don't enjoy what you're recording, then you're not going to have fun with it. And having fun is probably the most important thing about making videos. Like, when I spend like an hour making a video, like it takes me an hour to record the video and it takes me 4 or 5 hours to edit the video. When I get a lot of people complaining or the camera was shaking too much because of my own personal medical problems, it's kind of discouraging. When you got people talking crap about you just because they in particularly didn't understand the video, well, it can be discouraging sometimes. But make whatever makes you happy. That would be probably my best advice I can give you. Because when I started looking at making the videos that made me happy, it showed in the content. It showed that I took more care. It showed that my editing was a lot more professional, because when you don't care about the video that you're recording, you're not going to care about editing it either, if you do want to edit it. I gotcha. So yeah, if you don't have much space on your phone, then yeah, buying a GoPro and putting a $50, 256 gig memory card in it for $30, or a 512 gig memory card for $70, you know, will go a lot further than a camera a phone that doesn't have much space. I normally don't record with my phone. My phone came with a 512 gig hard drive, and I have a 1 terabyte memory card in it. So I have a terabyte of space, 1.5 terabytes of space in my phone, but I use it for taking photos for videos and stuff like that. That's another thing you can do. When you go to a tool store, take photos of deals going on, make a video about it, and then splice in the photos in between the video. It's another idea. Nothing wrong with side hustle. GoPros are pretty good for the price. You can usually find like a Hero 6, Hero 7 for used on like Facebook Marketplace, Offer places like that are local to you. You can usually find them used for like $100. You don't have to go out and buy the newest $350 GoPro, the Hero 9. That's what I did with these. Is I This one I bought brand new, but I bought it brand new, when the Hero 8 came out, or Hero 7 came out. So it was already a year old. I bought this one brand new off Amazon for, it was like $170, something like that. The other one I got with my drone. So I got a $300 camera with a $600 drone. And I ended up with a bunch of accessories. So I got this camera, I got the drone, I got the attachment where I can attach this to the stabilizer and attach it to an extension, so I can hook it to a jacket while I'm jogging and stuff, and the camera stabilizes on its own. You can find deals. I bought the drone and all those accessories for 600 from off of eBay, and it was brand new. The drone's worth $1,500 by itself. You can always find a deal somewhere. There are some things I've bought used that I've had really bad luck with. This laptop I'm talking to you on, this laptop is a $4,000 laptop right now still. I only paid $100 for it. I have a laptop over there. It's a touchscreen Lenovo. That's a two and a half to $3,000 laptop still, and I only paid $100 for that one. And the only reason they were sold to me was because the two guys I bought them from upgraded to a new laptop, and they just wanted to get rid of them quickly. I mean, I don't even think they knew what they were selling, to be honest, because I knew they were $3,000-$4,000 laptops. And I messaged them, and I'm like, hey, what are you asking for the computer? Oh, $100. $100? I'll give it to $100 to you right now. You want me to drive there, or you want to drive to me? You can have good luck buying used things. You just gotta ask questions and engage, whether ask them questions and see, and engage them on conversation, see if they know what they're selling. Try not to tip them off that it's worth more, but you know ask them questions on why they're selling it, because if they give you some bogus reason, like they're selling it because it just didn't work for them, there's a reason there's another reason behind that. But if they say, like, they spent 8 grand on a new computer or something, they just want to make a couple bucks off the one that they have, more than likely you'll get a good deal on it. Ah, don't worry, man. I'd give the advice whether you were a member or not, man. It's just the way I am. I'm not on here to make money. I'm just on here to have fun and help people, and if I make money along the way, it's a bonus. I spend 100 and something grand a year on tools. YouTube giving me 100, $200 in the last couple months really doesn't touch. It doesn't even touch this. This was $282. So it covers, I guess, $200 of it, but freaking thing, really. Stupid pop-ups. I guess it's moderating the freaking YouTube. This message is held for review. Seriously? Oh, Durf probably left because he was technically at Dick's Sporting Goods. That's right. Well, you don't have to be a member, bro. To be honest with you, I'd rather you spend your money on camera equipment or toys for your channel than, giving me a few bucks. I do appreciate it though. All the money that the memberships provides goes back into the channel anyways. Whether I buy more tools for you guys to view or provide more electronics, or I buy, like I did a video on a cooling pad recently for a laptop. That's the way I was raised. It's nice to see people are still raised that way, Blake, to be honest, man. It's always nice to see. I mean, I see people pass homeless people every day. I don't even bother to give them $1 or a sandwich. It's pretty sad. And I usually don't have a lot of people pop in the live streams when I do them, which is why I don't do them very often. I think I do maybe this type of live stream where I'm sitting in front of the camera talking. I probably do it maybe once a year. If I'm playing like video games or I'm streaming through my Xbox or something, I probably do that probably 4 or 5 times or more a year. I know in 2019 I probably had like 100 live streams just playing video games. That's pretty awesome. Awesome of your uncle to help homeless people out like that. You don't really see that too much in this society anymore. There are still some of us that care. Ah, Kevin just released a video on the Boring channel. I'm just replying to a couple comments. Alright, Blake, take it easy, man. guess everybody left. I might turn it off then. See, somebody popped in. How's it going? Not sure if the viewer count is accurate or not, but hey, Scotsman, how's it going, man? I figured you'd be doing some kind of gun videos or something, gun chat or something. Mike should still be working. Well, with my health and shit, I could be probably be doing better, but still here. Plus, man, just relaxing. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I haven't gone to the foreign or domestic in a while. Just not enough interaction for me, I think, is what it is, man. How's Brandon? I haven't seen Brandon in a while. I'm sure you probably see him more than I do. Brandon and Dave. It's more about the. I think it's more about the panel than the side chat. I'm one of those guys that I get bored really easily if say I come into a channel and I sit there for like 20 minutes and chit chat. If I don't get a response from like the panel, I just leave. Yeah, but it's kind of how it is for most channels. The panel is kind of sitting there chit chatting amongst themselves, and they kind of forget that the viewers are in the chat. I know Brandon hasn't made any videos in a while. So I figured he's been pretty busy. I tried to get sponsorship with Capri and they turned me down. Their excuse was there was other channels in the same realm as mine, which basically meant Brandon and CP the Tool Addict and everybody else that was doing Capri tools. Kind of sucks that but it is what it is. They probably make more money off Brandon anyways. Ain't gonna stop me from buying their tools, but it's not your fault, dude. It's just I'm not really in particular about gun chat all the time either. It's just me. Some people like talking about guns all day long. I'm just not one of them. I engage more on you know channels and stuff like that I have more invested conversation in. Like if we were talking about automotive or tools or something, I can chat all day long. Yeah, it does suck because I probably have bought I don't know $1,500 $2,000 worth of tools in the last couple months. Their reasoning was there's too many channels in the same realm, which would be like Chad, Brandon, Dave, a couple other automotive channels. So it's all good. They still make good tools. And your chat moves a lot faster than mine. I usually only have like 5, 6 people max. I think the most people I've ever had in my chats was like 15 people. And I don't do them very often. Like when you popped in, I was about ready to close it. I wasn't sure if anybody else was going to come in. It says I got 2 viewers. I'm not even sure that's even accurate. I think you're the only one in here. I've never actually seen Brandon on my live streams. I've thought about it, but when I do live streams, it's usually like 2 or 3 people, and they'll show up for 20 minutes and leave. I've never really thought about it. I thought more of it being a waste of my time. It's like I don't have availability every day or even once every week sometimes. I'm usually busy because I'm an actual mobile technician, so I get service calls all at all hours for automotive repair and computer repair. So it's kind of hard to keep a schedule for like live streams. I've thought about it before, but I thought my schedule was too sporadic to do it. I've had a couple people ask me like 4 or 5 times this week to do a live stream with them. He even sent me the emails to the live stream and the links to like StreamYards or whatever, and I'm like, I can't. Yeah, I'm usually more comfortable jumping on other people's chats, but I'm not I'm not really all about guns. And there's nothing wrong with you liking your freedoms and everything. Just not something I talk about every day. I have a couple. And it's kind of a picky subject, especially on like YouTube. Gun chat is usually frowned upon on certain things. I wouldn't have any idea how to keep up with you guys. You guys are quick on the conversation about weapons. I mean, if you ask me all day about knives, sure, I got probably a couple thousand knives. I only have like 15 or 20 actual weapons. Oh, I didn't know that. It's probably because I don't notice. I usually come into yours, say hi. When you guys say hi back, I usually flake out and leave. More of a just to show support and stop by and say hi. I didn't realize you guys talk about everything. Usually when I pop in, there's like 3 or 4 of you guys on the panel. Normally the same 3 or 4 or 5 guys, and when I usually pop in, you guys are talking about weapons. And I don't know a lot about old school weapons. I know about some of the things like some of the older shotguns and stuff like that. Widowmakers and stuff, but not really a history buff on weapons. I guess it's more or less I just don't feel like I fit in, if that makes sense. I mean, a lot of the channels I go to, I don't even fit in. I mean, I'm not a small engine guy, and I go to a lot of those channels, and I don't fit in there either, because that's all they talk about is small engines and little 2 cylinders and stuff like that. You can fix a V8 or a V12 or a diesel. I mean, you can fix pretty much about anything. I have an old 410. I have a Mossberg 12, a 9, 45, 357, a Desert Eagle, 50 cal, and then I have a couple Barrett rifles. Barrett M107. Couple Glocks. I saw a couple of those old school 22 long rifle, really, really long barrel, like the 12 or something inch barrels. Um, Ones at the cow ranch the other day. It was pretty nice. I'm more of a gun user, not a gun collector. My dad collects them. My dad's got like 600 or 700 different guns. I gotcha, man. I've tried to have a conversation with Brandon a couple times in like chat, a text message over the phone. He just always seems too busy. I used to talk to Hard Knocks Forge a lot too, and he got pretty busy with his life. Yeah, my dad likes to trade. He likes to trade a lot. So like he's got some SK rifles. He's got some AKs. Um, he's got like Berettas. He's got some old school ones too. My dad's got like two or three Widowmakers. He's got some of the double barrel shotguns. He's got some of the single barrel. He's got a pretty cool collection. I don't know what he has now. I haven't spoken to him in a little while. What's odd? I always chalked it up he was busy. Cause I'll send him a text message over the phone and I'll get a response like a week later or something. Usually just figured he was busy between family and the shop and I haven't seen Tack in a while either. I haven't seen her videos in a while. But since YouTube got rid of the notifications, it's kind of hard to keep up with everybody. Usually, usually just stick to the automotive and tool channels is usually what I do. That's where I have the most knowledge and most information. But everybody has their own comfort zones, you know. Oh, really? Yeah, I haven't seen tax videos in, I don't know, 7, 8 months. I just figured she hadn't posted anything. I mean, I don't even watch Alaskan Ballistics anymore. I used to watch him all the time. And Chook's Outdoor Adventures, and I think the main reason why I stopped hanging out in the weapons channels is because I was always ignored. I remember the last time I was in Alaskan Ballistics channel, there was a couple guys asking about specific weapons, and I gave information. And it was like Chuck basically tossed my opinion out like, the trash. It's just like it wasn't worth his time or something. And the other problem I have is with live streams is um I would more than likely be sporadic. It would be like once a month, and it wouldn't be on the same day every month or whatever. And I do service calls, so it's like I don't really have the time. When I do have the time, it's like a day like this where I just decided not to take any service calls today. I've tried that to get viewer questions for next streams. I've tried doing that before. I don't have enough viewers. Like I've got 1,110 subscribers, and only 2% of my subscriber base actually watches, man. So it's kind of hard to dedicate time on like a live stream when only 2% of your subscriber base is actually watches. 98% of my channel is watched by unsubscribed people that just come across it on YouTube, or they come across it based off Google. And yeah, you're right. Chuck and Chook are set on their opinions. And when you got, I think what rubbed me the wrong way in the last time I was in Alaskan Ballistics channel is I served, they didn't. And they were asked particular questions on certain weapons, and they couldn't answer those questions. And when I threw the information in, kind of got the cold shoulder, like they were ignoring me. They like went back through the chat and, oh, I didn't see your comment, but I know they saw the comment because the people that were asking the questions stopped asking questions, and they kind of got rude about it, so I stopped going. What do you mean? Throw it out there and what? Ask people if they want to come to the live stream, or what do you mean? I can't even find her channel either. It's AK Forging and Adventures, isn't it? Unless I'm missing a letter. I know I'm subscribed to TAC. My channel's so flooded with suggestions for automotive. I think that might be how it got lost. My other issue I've had with Alaskan Ballistics is his channel's always the same. I mean, ever since he got married, and it's the same ammo going into the same meat, going into the same 8 jugs, going into the same box of paper. And his chronograph is junk. Just saying. I mean, if he doesn't like the comment, or he watches the live stream, or he comes in, I don't care. Yeah, if you want to ask, man, it's go for it, man. Oh, have you? Yeah, 'cause he got mad at me around that time. He like sent me a private message, dude. Why haven't you stopped by? I said, because your channel doesn't change and it's boring. And I was a pretty hardcore supporter of his channel too at that time. It's just when you see the same old testing with the same old ammunition, it just gets old. I'm sure you know what I mean. You know, he usually uses the exact same ammunition and in the exact same couple of specific types of ammo. You know, people don't tend to usually go to places that they don't feel that they're wanted. Yeah, well, the other problem I had with him is he was harassing me. You know, I guess I won a while back. I won one of his giveaways, and it was like second place or some crap, and it was like a receiver and a magazine. And he harassed me for like I don't know, almost a year. You know, when am I gonna see this, and when am I gonna see that, and when are you gonna build a rifle off that, and blah blah blah. And I'm like, dude, you sent me a lower receiver in a magazine. When I get to it, I don't know. And I don't do weapons on my channel. And he was like, "Well, send me photos and this and that." In reality, I sold the magazine and I sold the receiver. Cuz the the gun shop that I'm friends with, I mostly get all my weapons at that shop, is who I had him send them to. And he offered me like $200 for the receiver and the magazine. I'm like, "Dude, I'll take it." Right? I would have been like $1,000 into building the rifle anyways, because it was a lower receiver and magazine for a what is it called? I can't remember the name of it at the moment. It's like the AR-15. That's what it was. And he's been having a problem with that chronograph for what? It's like 2-3 years now. I'm like, dude, you making all kinds of money off YouTube. Why don't you replace that piece of junk? I'm sure you know what I mean. I mean, it gives false readings like 5 times out of every video. And the other thing is that a lot of the ammo he buys, it's not available anywhere else. So he's giving information on ammo that most people can't buy in this country. A lot of that ammo is specialty to Alaska. You can't find it elsewhere. Most of the 48 states is federal, is what you can get everywhere. Not Boar's Head or whatever the heck that he uses half the time, which I don't remember what it's called. Oh, does Chook work for like a gun store or something? He used to tell everybody I was like one of his most loyal subscribers, and he used to dote about me, and hey, Antonio's a great guy, and this and that. I could literally walk into his live stream, say hi tomorrow. He wouldn't even say hi back. And I think that was what rubbed me the wrong way. I mean, for 5-6 years straight, I'd walk in and he'd always say hi. Now, last year and the year before that, ever since he sent me that receiver, he's been kind of rude about it. Like he sent me some golden goose or something. I'm like, dude, you sent me a lower receiver and a magazine. I'm lucky I got $200 for him, to be honest. The lower receiver was only worth, I think, $60. What my guy told me, and he offered me 200 for everything because he was being nice. I didn't know that. I just I just knew that I used to watch. Um, I don't know much about Chook. I've only seen a couple of his videos. I normally just watch Chuck, but Alaskan Ballistics. But Um, he got kind of weird when I stopped responding about what I was gonna make the giveaway he sent me out of. And I think that's what ruined it for me. I'm like, he sent me some giveaway stuff, and then now all of a sudden I don't exist when I come into his channel, or I don't exist when I say hi, or I mean, I can leave a comment right now on his channel, and he doesn't even acknowledge I leave the comments anymore. I mean, it would have been one thing if he sent me a rifle, but he sent me a lower receiver. It's like, I think you know what I mean, crazy Scotsman. It just kind of rubs people the wrong way when you're harassed for like a year straight about something that you were sent. I mean, if you were sent something for free, you wouldn't expect some kind of attachment behind it, would you? I mean, when I won that giveaway from Brandon, that socket set, Brandon didn't harass me about it and ask me when I was going to make videos on it, or ask me, hey, what do you think of it every week? It's just, it's not something you do. I had a guy block me on Instagram. He asked me if he could send me some stuff, and I told him sure. And it was like some Milwaukee brochures, booklets and brochures. It wasn't anything fancy. And then a week later, the guy bombarded me with, hey, can you send me stickers or this or that? And I'm like, dude, I don't have any stickers. Well, send me any kind of sticker you have. And I told him, sure, when I get around to it, I'll gather up some stickers and I'll send you some stickers. I sent him the stickers. He blocked me after I sent him the stickers, and then the stickers came back with return to sender, can't find address. And then he sends me a message on YouTube calling me a liar, stating, oh, you didn't send them, that was an excuse. And I took photos of the letter, because the letter came back with a little yellow stamp on it from the post office saying, could not find address, return to sender. Yeah, dude, I think that was the same time. I'm pretty positive you won a set and I won a set in the same giveaway from Brandon. So I think you won the master set and I won the little small torque set, if I remember correctly. Because the torque set is in my drawer. It's and I've used it, I don't know, 10 or 12 times. Because when I won the set from Brandon, Dave sent me a set. He's like, congratulations on winning Brandon's giveaway. I'm sending you some items too. And Dave sent me some triple squares with a Mac tumbler. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we both won on the same giveaway, because I remember Brandon and mentioning my name, and if I remember correctly, he mentioned your name next. But that issue with that subscriber, he unsubscribed from my channel. He thought I lied and didn't send him stickers. I did send him stickers. He just never got them because the post office didn't know where to drop them off. It's like the stupidest things set people off. I'm like, they're just stickers. I'm sure I can probably set a schedule up where I get on once a month or on the same day, but I would just have to not take service calls on that day. I think my main deterrent from doing live streams like on a monthly or a weekly basis is I don't get enough people coming in. Some of my live streams I literally sat here for like 4 hours and nobody ever came in. So it's kind of like a deterrent. If you have nobody to talk to, you don't want to sit here and stare at a screen. And I think it was like 7 months ago or 8 months ago, something like that, last year, the end of last year sometime. I did do a live stream where it was a panel where I had like me and three or something other people on there. But it's hard to do that because I try my hardest to answer the questions in the chat, and that interrupts the actual mic conversation. And yeah, you can send me a message on Instagram. I don't mind passing out my number, man. I mean, I have Dave's number, I have Brandon's number, I have Hard Knocks Forge, MD Lee, a couple other people. And it is kind of hard to answer the chat when you're having a conversation. And I like helping people out, so I would rather answer the questions in the chat than technically have a conversation with a bunch of people, which is probably why I do better on other people's live streams. Like I've been on CP the Tool Addicts live stream. I've been on a lot of small engine channel live streams. I've been on a couple of um what was his name? Been on a couple Eric O's live streams from South Main Auto and a few others. Oh, are you referring to the panel live streams with multiple guests? I'm sure it would work if it's structured, but when you have like 5 or 6 free-minded people just chit-chatting, it's kind of distracting, interrupting them to answer questions in the chat. And I know a lot of people on YouTube that are successful about it, but I also know a lot of people that do the same thing every week, and they get mad because they've had 2,000 subscribers for like 9 years. Well, I mean, if you shoot the crap and you basically talk about the same junk every week, of course you're not going to gain any subscribers because of the fact that you talk about the exact same thing all the time. Which is why my videos are always different. I don't always do automotive and I don't always do tools. Sometimes I do projects or building something out of wood, and I always change it up for computers, electronics. Variety is the spice of life, as the saying goes. have the meeting app on my computer. Yeah, because the beginning of this live stream, I had like, I think 5 or 6 people in here just asking questions. A guy named Will is starting a channel. He's got literally 4 subscribers, and he just uploaded a quick, like, 14-second, funny video real quick. I had Kevin from Lawn Care Juggernaut in here. He's a pretty big channel. He's like, I think, like 40 or 50,000 subscribers. Yeah, I remember you sent me some. We were talking on Instagram about some these things right here, and I told you do a video on them, or do tool videos or tool deals or stuff like that. I'm more of the I'd rather sit there and have a 4-hour conversation on a phone call, or just shoot the breeze in a text message or something. But I like talking like this. It's easier to talk like this than it is to sit there in the chat typing 1,000 times a 10-20 minute. I'm also one of those kind of hardcore guys that physically, if I watch your channel, I watch it pretty religiously. But with my health issues and stuff, I just been really hard to watch channels. And okay, I gotcha. That makes sense. Is that something that you like have to conversate with them before the panel starts? How it's gonna work, or do you use like some software to limit that? I've been monetized for a little while, and I haven't even done a live stream on my phone, which I could do that pretty easily. Just kind of a creature of habit. I don't normally use features that I haven't used before. I remember when you could live stream on your phone without being monetized, and they took that away last year. Ah, I gotcha. That makes sense. And that would be something I'd have to know for sure that I'm going to have specific guests that are actually going to show up. When I did that live stream last year where I had like 3 or 4 guests, I just turned the live stream on. It was like a normal live stream like this where I was just waiting for people to show up, and randomly, like 3 or 4 people randomly showed up and asked for a link. It wasn't really able to be planned because they asked for a link while they were in the chat. Yeah, and I've done I've done a couple like lives on Instagram. But I'm also using a new phone. I'm using a Galaxy Note 10 Plus 5G. I can stream 4K on this, which I don't, but I gotcha. Yeah, I've never really gone that far of, asking people if they wanted to be on my live or anything like that. I'm not, that's kind of hard for me. It's one of those kind of like, I feel like I'm begging somebody just to show up to my channel, and it's not who I am. I know a lot of channels that they've talked to huge, massive channels like, Neil the Maintenance Man. I mean, he's had video chat, live stream chats with some of the largest channels on YouTube, and he was a smaller channel than me at the time. I guess it's just based off, I guess, whether you're comfortable with asking people to show up or not. That's probably why those channels are successful at it, because they don't hesitate. They just go send a message to somebody and say, "Hey, you want to show up on Saturday?" Hey Blake, welcome back, man. I think it's just easier for me just to go to somebody else's live stream, because I don't try to ask people to show up to my live. I just, if they show up of their own free will, they show up. If they don't, they don't. That's probably why I don't do the panel guests and that stuff very often. I've only done it once. And I didn't like how it ended up, so I didn't actually do it. Uh-oh. It's always busted in Philadelphia is liking and hearting the. My day's still going okay, Blake. Never really went back offline. Hey Renegade, welcome back, man. How's it going, David? Oh, you're welcome, David. I mean, you always show up, man. You kind of deserve it. Oh, the stream actually did disconnect. It was at 3 hours, now it's at 1 minute. Wow. It doesn't look like the chat disconnected, so that's interesting. Guess I have to go in there and check the info real quick. doesn't look like it disconnected on here. That's weird. Hmm. Oh, on my end it says 3 minutes and 26 seconds. But when I go to my live streams on my actual studio, it still says it's live. So I don't know. Maybe my stream labs disconnected for a short brief second. Oh, that's awesome, Blake. I'll have to go check it out after the live. Yeah, I'm not sure if it will pick it up, but I'll turn the camera. That's what it's showing on my end. 4 minutes and 13 seconds. 20 seconds. I'm streaming through Streamlabs. OBS software. I actually have a couple videos on this software on my channel. It's under I think it's under computers. So I actually have a couple tutorial videos on my channel about editing too. But this is oh, you know what? I don't even need to use the camera. What am I thinking? Give me a second. Where's it at? Mm, no, I need to add a source. That's right. I don't have that source added. Da, da. It's display. No, it's not display. Oh no, it's not. It's not like StreamYard. This is an actual software for streaming. So if I'm streaming like if I'm playing on my Xbox or my PlayStation, how you guys see the video game I'm playing on my Xbox is I stream my Xbox or my console or whatever it is. I stream it through StreamYard and then StreamYard pushes it to YouTube. It's like it's a software for pushing videos to multiple sources. Yeah, I'm actually using an actual camera. It's a Logitech Brio 4K camera that I have just hanging off the top of my laptop. Uh, where is it at? I think it might be window capture. I don't remember. I haven't done this in a while. There it is. All right, so you guys can see Streamlabs now. So it's got Streamlab actually has the chat. So I don't have to go to YouTube as an example. But if I